I'm Shayla, and as you probably know by now, this is my presentation for my AP Bio assignment on Robin Cook's book Free. Ta-da! And I decided to actually film my student recommendation portion because I thought it'd be better than typing out like everything else is. So, I have mixed opinions on this book, quite honestly. I think I would have recommended it to most of my friends based off of the fact that it is a good read and it's a quick read, which I enjoy. It's one of his shorter books. But there are some things I don't like about the book. It doesn't ruin the book, but it's not my favorite of books. For instance, it has a slow start, so if you're someone that can't stand reading a book where you have to trudge through the first like 80 pages, I wouldn't suggest this for you. And it also has a strange turning point to me. Like the turning point in Brain is where Warner gets murdered while Martin Phillips is visiting him in his apartment to find out about the girl's missing brain and what's going on in the hospital. And I mean, so on. It's been building on all this stuff happening in the hospital, and then all of a sudden, Warner of all people is killed inside of his own apartment, and it's really when stuff starts to go really haywire, and that's what I consider the turning point. I don't really like it because it's like from that point on was so violent. I feel like in the book, and I'm just not a fan about reading about violence. But I mean, if you are, then I guess definitely read this book because it's one more thing up your alley. There are some things I really did enjoy about the book, like the way Robin Cook uses characters. Like one of his main characters, Dr. Mannerheim, the neurosurgeon, is portrayed for all the readers to believe in the beginning that he would be the antagonist of the story and he's definitely the worst guy in the hospital and he doesn't have a great personality, but he's really not behind any of the bad things happening in the hospital. So I really like that you're kind of set up to believe that one certain character is the bad guy when it turns out to be someone completely different. I guess there's really no big antagonist, but depending on how you interpret it, Michael or even the FBI, because they're really all behind it. It could go either way with that. So I like that it's not just black and white with characters in the story. I think that makes it more interesting. I also find that it picks up in pace a lot at the ending, which I enjoy when the pace gets faster and faster as I go along because it encourages me not to put down the book. So I would definitely encourage it, like if you're somebody that you find yourself as you're reading, you're likely to put down a book. With this one, you'll become less likely as you go on in the story. The one thing that I find iffy is at the very end of the book, there's basically a dead end. You don't know what happened. Martin Phillips is in Sweden, and he wants to come out with what the U.S. has been doing with this research. But they don't tell you if he comes out with it or if he's just planning on coming out with it. Something happens. For all the readers know, someone from the U.S. could have came and like killed him in his sleep the night before he came out with it. It doesn't say. So I find that really interesting about the book. I like those types of dead ends. But if you're someone that can't stand reading and reading to get to a dead end at the end, then I wouldn't suggest reading this book because, like I just said, that's where it is. I mean, overall, I would suggest this book that anybody that enjoys reading any type of medical thrillers. But if you don't enjoy things that are slow paced at the beginning, or you can't stand dead ends, then pick a different Robin Cook book because he's still a great writer. And yeah, that's it.